The city's brilliant lights flickered, casting an unsettling glow over Joseline Hernandez's lavish, yet eerily quiet estate. Days ago, she had everything: her career, her beloved daughter, and a man who had stood by her through every up and down. From the outside, it seemed like the life she had built was thriving. Luxurious furniture, art that spoke of wealth, and a home that radiated success. Yet none of it could bring her solace tonight. Her mind was consumed by the revelation that had just unraveled her world. Celebrity Insider News. A secret she never expected. A betrayal she never saw coming. Every thought spiraled darker than the last, filled with doubt, heartbreak, and confusion. She had always leaned on her partner, someone she once believed to be her rock, sharing music, personal moments, and dreams for the future. Though their relationship wasn't without its struggles, she had trusted him completely. But now, everything felt different. The rumors, the doubt, it all seemed like distant whispers before. But this was something she couldn't ignore. The news hit harder than anything she had faced before, and she felt trapped in a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, disbelief, and devastation, all fighting for control. It was a reality she never imagined, and one she wasn't sure how to navigate. Joseline sat alone in the dim glow of her lavish estate, scrolling through her phone late into the night, something she had done countless times before. But this time, something stopped her cold. A text message popped up on her screen. A simple, devastating truth. It wasn't from Ballistic, a friend, or even an anonymous source. It was from a younger woman, announcing she was pregnant with his child. Her hands trembled, as if reading the words once more might erase the pain. But no matter how many times she reread it, the truth remained unchanged. The idea that her man, someone she had trusted, leaned on, and built a life with, had fathered a child with someone else, someone she hadn't even known about, cut deeper than she ever thought possible. The betrayal hit her like a punch to the gut. The lies, the secrets, the betrayal of everything they had once built together. It all felt like a crushing weight. It wasn't just the presence of another woman. It was the sheer disbelief that Ballistic had kept this from her, had hidden something so monumental. How could he have shattered the trust, the loyalty, and the respect she had always clung to as a woman? It was more than heartbreaking. It was shattering. Her impression of their relationship was shattered by the revelation. The rage began to swell inside her chest, a fury she hadn't felt in a long time. The only sound in the dark was the erratic panic of her own breathing. Visions of confrontation, harsh words, and chaos raced through her mind. She would unleash every ounce of anger, make him pay for the betrayal. It wasn't just about the child, it was about the lies, the broken trust, the heart she had handed over so freely. As the hours dragged on, her anger grew sharper. She posted cryptic remarks on social media, virtually shouting her pain to the world. The betrayal had ignited something deep within her, a fire she couldn't control, and it burned hotter with each passing minute. The internal storm she was fighting made it harder to think clearly, and her emotions teetered on the edge of breakdown. Alone in the quiet of her lavish home, she sat on the soft couch, staring at the phone in her hand as though holding it tighter would somehow bring clarity. But nothing would ease the ache. Joseline had always been outspoken, never one to hold back, but tonight she would be sharper, more unyielding. Her hands trembled fiercely as she clenched them tightly in her lap, and with a sudden resolve, she finally hit send, ready to confront the man who had shattered her world. On the other end of the call, Ballistic's voice sounded distant, like he had no real grasp of the storm brewing on her side. It took him a long time to respond, his words slow and measured, but they did little to calm the raging fury inside her. He tried to apologize, tried to explain, but Joseline couldn't make sense of it. The betrayal, the lies, the hidden truth. It felt like knives stabbing into the heart she had so freely offered. His words only made her ache deeper. And when she finally couldn't take it anymore, she exploded. "How could you do this to me?" she demanded, her voice shaking with a mix of hurt and fury. "After everything we've been through, everything I've done for you?" The words tumbled out, raw and unfiltered. As the call finally ended, she stared at the phone, watching the future they had once built together crumble before her eyes. The betrayal wasn't just a mistake, it was a reflection of a life she no longer recognized, one filled with secrets and lies. Now, the woman who once held deep affection for Ballistic was left facing the stark truth. Despite the relationship ending, the pain wasn't going to fade away. Joseline reclined on her plush sofa, feeling as though everything she had once built had completely collapsed, and she knew there was no escape from the devastation. With the truth now laid bare, Joseline Hernandez and her fiancé, Ballistic Beats, also known as Robin, were caught in an increasingly chaotic life, filled with public drama and speculation. The most recent rumors circulating suggested that Ballistic had moved on, allegedly leaving Joseline behind and starting a relationship with someone new. And as the story twists further, it turns out Ballistic isn't shy about sharing his side of the breakup. He reportedly confronted Joseline, accusing her of being unfaithful, using a far stronger term that many are interpreting as outright dirty. While the truth behind these claims remains unclear, Joseline's reputation for keeping things messy has made headlines before. In fact, similar allegations have surfaced multiple times, including accusations from others like Isa. It's hard to accept being dumped, especially over something so personal. And now, we'll definitely be keeping a close eye on how this story unfolds, because the drama just keeps getting bigger and messier. When Joseline Hernandez and Ballistic Beats officially went public with their relationship on Instagram in April 2019, everything seemed picture perfect. From making music together to appearing on reality TV shows like Love and Hip Hop, their union appeared solid. By September of that same year, they were engaged. And Joseline even made heartfelt posts, vowing love, loyalty, and everything in between. But now, things have taken a sharp turn. It's rumored that Ballistic is moving on, openly discussing Joseline's personal issues. The breakup has drawn a lot of attention, and frankly, Joseline's reputation, both literally and figuratively, might need some serious cleanup. Whether it's true or not, the hygiene accusations are just adding fuel to the fire. And let's be real, everyone knows Joseline doesn't play. She's quick to throw hands if you so much as breathe the wrong way in her direction. So, anyone thinking they can come for her and get away with it must be living under a rock. Carlos genuinely thought he could get away with dragging Joseline's personal hygiene through the mud. The fact that Carissa isn't the first to publicly reveal Joseline's alleged hygiene issues makes it even more absurd. Joseline has survived far worse than petty rumors, even being confronted by armed police officers. We're here for that type of energy. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Carissa was justified in being messy, but instead of stooping to every suggestion about Joseline's so-called fragrance issue, Joseline might want to consider different approaches. Not everyone can say the same thing. Let's be real. This whole drama began a few days ago when Tokyo Tony's Anti-podcast aired, featuring Joseline as a guest. It was none other than Carissa herself. You could feel the tension rising like a kettle on the edge of boiling as soon as Joseline strutted into the space, and Joseline wasn't holding back. She made it clear. Joseline is at least 20 years younger than Carissa's dusty past, and she's got receipts for days. Sis came in full force, calling Carissa a grumpy old lady and accusing her of pure jealousy. But Joseline didn't stop there. What a low blow to brag about making millions for Z's network and promoting young women, while Carissa's own son is behind bars.